Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back, or thank you for stopping in if this isn't you coming back. Anyway, I've started on Wolfie. It's almost done. Thank goodness. It was a lot easier than that awful, that awful square painting, square drill painting, square diamond painting, whatever it is. These are just little jewels. All I have to do is put them down. It's really been, well, I do like the square painting. I have to admit that. It really is very nice. But the way that the drills just, the square drills just wouldn't line up. I mean, I know it was a cheap painting. I get that. But what I'm going to do once I finish this is I have a canvas board. I'm going to paint it black because the background of the caribou or deer or buck or whatever it is black. I'm going to cut away all of the background. I'm going to try to cut away the background. Then, with any luck at all, I will mount it, and hopefully it'll stay mounted. I don't know. I've looked at a few videos on mounting diamond paintings. It seems like it's a free-for-all. So I'm just going to do what I think will work. Yeah, that's all we can do, right? I think I've watched enough videos. Anyway, I haven't sealed it at all. I didn't think it would be a good idea to seal it before I cut it. So the plan is I'm going to cut, I guess I don't need that really. I'm going to cut the, no, that's not the plan at all. The plan is I'm going to paint the canvas board. I'm going to paint the canvas board black. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to glue. I'm going to use Mod Podge, I think. Mod Podge gloss to glue it. So, but before I can glue it, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut all the bad spots off of the diamond painting. It's quite a large diamond painting, but there was so much black and none of them seemed to be the same size, none of the drills. So there was shifting, like the drills seemed to just shift, and they didn't line up. They lined up beautifully on the actual subject, the deer, the cow, whatever it is. But in the big background spaces where it was all black, they never seemed to line up. And I don't know if it's because the black drills were, I know some of them had little bits that, like, if this was a square, oh, sorry, if this is a square, well, you can't, yeah, that's a square. So this is a square, but there was always little bits of plastic hanging off the edges of it, and oh, how frustrating. I did my best. I didn't achieve my goal, so I'm just going to do something differently, and hopefully, hopefully it'll all turn out, because I really do like it, except for where the black diamonds are. That was just awful. I'm wondering if any of you other diamond paintings out there, diamond painters out there, found that there was a big issue with the black squares. I'm telling you, I looked through my bundle of 22, or what's left of the 22, and I do have some more square paintings in there. So my plan was that I would do these I can't even speak anymore. These diamond paintings in the order that I received them. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do them in the order that I feel comfortable with, which, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get through all 22 of them. And then I have some other projects I have to work on. I'm so glad I'm off work this week, so I can get a lot of the household projects done. So that'll just make me feel so much better. It's, when you live alone and you have to do everything yourself, it's so time consuming. Like couples out there, I hope you guys realize how lucky you are to have someone to help you doing this stuff, because, I mean, well, and I don't mind doing it. I'm not complaining. I love doing it. It's just that there doesn't seem to ever be any time. I go to work every day. By the time I get home, I'm absolutely exhausted, and mentally and physically exhausted. And so I lay down and I'll have a nap, and then I'll get up and I'll get something to eat. And, then it feels like time to shower and go to bed. It's my life. I really am not complaining. I'm content. Let me say that. I am content with my life. I just wish I had some help. But all things happen in time, I guess. So yeah, I've finished most of this. I'm just doing the bottom part. It feels like, it looks very nice. It feels like a lot more thought could have been put into this diamond painting. And one of the reasons I think that is because right here below this diamond thing, there's a diamond. This is a teardrop. This is a round one. But there's such a big empty space there. And of course there's no glue on it, so you can't stick anything to it. Well, unless you got some glue and glued it yourself. But I'm just going to do it the way that it was meant to be done. Can't do anything more than that. So drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of those black square drills on cheap diamond paintings. Because I'm telling you, it really irks me. But I knew right off the start I was buying cheap diamond paintings. And when you buy anything cheap, you should expect what you get. And I certainly got cheap. But to make so many diamonds that were so misshapen and had little pieces of plastic or whatever it is, whatever they're made out of, still stuck on them. And I understand they're very tiny, and it's probably hard to make sure that they're all coming out of whatever machine nice and clean. But you would think that, oh, I don't know, with the technology we have today, shouldn't be getting, and a lot of other diamond painters that I've watched on YouTube, they don't seem to have any trouble when they're doing square paintings with squares being out of shape at all. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I got a bad batch, or maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. But believe me, I am trying. I really am. Anyway. So yeah, I started playing with the caulking to get used to it. I feel like I still have it all over my hands. It's silicone. I cut myself when I was cutting the nozzle at an angle, because you have to cut it at an angle. I've been watching YouTube videos on how to concoct a tub. You know what? I watch YouTube videos whenever I want to know what I need to do. And I don't watch just one. I watch several because everybody has different ideas. And then I take the ideas that everyone has in common and I'll use that. That doesn't mean I'm going to do a great job. Heck no, I probably won't. But I will do the job and I'll protect the tub from water, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, this is going to be very pretty when it's done. It's a 30 by 30 square, although I don't know, I didn't measure it, but it says it's 30 by 30, so I'm not going to doubt it. And it's not all glued. This part here is just without any glue at all. The only parts that are glued are the parts that you're actually sticking the diamonds on, the rhinestones, the whatever. It's nice to have, but it's nice to talk, I guess, when you're doing this. Like I said, I live alone. My cat passed away a while ago. So I don't even have her to talk to, and she wasn't really a great listener anyway. But she lived a good long life, just short of 20 years, 1 week short of 20 years actually. She developed kidney disease, which seems to be something that cats are getting a lot lately. And I don't know why, because, you know, 20 years ago cats weren't getting kidney disease, so what's different? Is there something in the cat food? I never fed her people food for one simple reason, that she absolutely refused to eat people food. She would sniff at my food, but if I tried to offer her a tiny piece, she would just nose up and walk away. So, kind of turned me off food too. As I thought, well, geez, if the cat won't eat it, should I be eating it? But, yeah, believe me, I eat enough. Anyway, so last week, well, I guess yesterday was the remembrance of 9/11 for the Americans. And the Queen passed away after welcoming the new Prime Minister in England. I'm in Canada, I'm not in England. But she was our monarch. We're part of the Commonwealth. And I knew of no other queen. She had been queen since I was born. I guess I kind of thought she'd be queen long after I'm dead, but no one lives forever. No one, no thing. So, yeah, pretty exciting time. My son's birthday is coming up, but he just got back from Greenland, so I don't know if I'll be seeing him for his birthday, but I do have his gift already, so that's okay. He can get it when he gets it. Yeah, I'm being very quiet. I was just admiring how shiny these rhinestones or trills or diamonds or whatever you want to call them are. Really are pretty. It's too bad they couldn't do something spectacular with the eyes. I'm getting all out of frame. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I should have put a lot more in there, I guess. I didn't think there was that many of these red ones. And then we'll go on to the yellow ones, I think. I hope you all had a great summer. Now that summer is over, it's my favorite time of year. I really love the fall, the autumn. I just love it. Halloween is my favorite season. Oh, I love Christmas too, but Halloween is a no fuss, no muss, non-religious, just have fun holiday. Or except for the next day, which is All Saints Day, so I guess that's very religious, but yeah, I love Halloween, I love hay rides, I love the smell of hay. I just love the smell of autumn. I love the colors. It's just so beautiful. And thank goodness it's beautiful, because then winter comes and everything is white, and then winter's over and spring comes and everything is gray, and the grass hasn't grown yet, nothing's in bloom, everything looks dead. And such a contrast from autumn. Summer's nice too, it's just that it's been getting so hot lately, and the winters have been really, really cold, like really cold, colder than they've ever been, I think. But the summers too are very hot and humid and just unlivable at times. So I don't like that. I don't like the summer. It feels like the summer is just trying to kill me. Where am I now? Okay, so I'll put these back in their little box. When you open these, I have found, and I can say this because I'm a klutz and I know this happens. When it's like, say I wanted to open this one, I would put my fingers over these three and then open this one. And when I pour it, I would do the same way. I'd keep my fingers over these, because if you don't, sometimes one of these might pop open, and then you pour the one you want and the others pour with it. And even though you think you can see a difference in color, believe me, you cannot separate them out. It's a pain in the behind, absolutely. So I think I'm going to do the yellow feathers. So there's not many of those left. Hopefully there's enough. So yeah, always cover these three when you're pouring so that they don't flip open. I mean, I like these containers, but they're not the most secure. What is going on in there? My goodness. There's a whole bunch stuck. Okay, on out, you guys. So we're on to the yellow, which is more like a topazzy color, I guess. Which is my birthstone, and I love it. A more citrine, maybe. So what are you guys all doing? Do you celebrate Halloween? I know some people in the U.S. don't celebrate Halloween. That's sad. It's a great holiday for kids, as far as I'm concerned, but, you know, that's just my opinion, and that's the way it goes. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, do you celebrate some other harvest festivals? In Canada, we love fall fairs. My goodness. One of the biggest fall fairs is just over in Toronto, and it's called the Royal. And it's just amazing. And it's like horse shows and cow shows and jumping, and it's just, if you love horses, you would love the Royal. But it's not just about horses, it's farmers showing off their cows and chickens and turkeys, and there's dog shows and cat shows. There's wonderful artists. You know, if you wanted a portrait of your pet or anything at all. They have really wonderful artists that show up. There's portrait artists, there's leather artists or craftsmen. It's just, if you ever get a chance to go to the Royal, I would highly recommend it. Mind you, I haven't been there for a few years, so I don't know if it's changed. But it usually happens in November or October. I think it's the beginning of November, but great show at Toronto in the CNE grounds. The CNE I haven't gone to for years. It's just so commercialized, and it used to be great. When I was a kid, we'd go there all the time. But it's just changed so much. It's so commercialized. I still have tiny little Coca-Cola bottles that we were given when we were kids. And they used to give us so much. Like, you would go home from the CNE and you would have bags full of stuff. Yeah, it was great. I wasn't ever much on rides, not even as a kid. I really panic on a ride. I don't know why. I know they're fun. I know that you're safe. I just have never, ever been into it. I've been on a Ferris wheel maybe once or twice in my life. I went on the baby roller coaster when my son was small, and honest to God, I was screaming to get off of it. Like, just screaming to get off of it. Of course, I didn't get off of it. My son, who was, I think, 4 at the time, was just laughing at me. But honestly, that baby roller coaster scared the heck out of me. And you know, I tried to be big brave, but no way could I handle that. What is going on here? Oh, okay, what are you going to say there then? So yeah, but definitely if you get a chance to get to the Royal, do that. The last time I was there, they had a donkey. Well, they had several donkeys. Everybody, like I said, is showing off their livestock. This donkey was some kind of a French donkey, and I've never seen a more beautiful animal in my life, and I wished right then and there that I could have a donkey. But not having a farm, it was not likely to happen. So I need, we finished all the yellow, yes. So here's that. There. Now I missed some of the reds, I think. So I've got to put some reds. This, and that's reds. And some more reds. I guess everyone in the world, I don't know, well, North America, I guess, probably has fall fairs or harvest fairs, which is fitting, you know. It's good that we should celebrate the harvest, especially now when we don't know how many, you know, we don't know about food security. And it's really scary, and I shouldn't even talk about it because I don't even grow my own vegetables. A lot of my friends do. I just don't happen to have a green thumb. I don't know what color my thumb is, but it's definitely not green. I'm sorry, there's something hanging here, and I do believe this is a mouse. And I'm going to try to get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Len's cap, not crap, is hidden away. And now we're going to go with the bow ties. So they use green, guys. Okay, remember, whenever you're opening these, keep your fingers over the ones that you don't want pouring out. Okay. And I'm sure that everybody else in the world is fine. I just happen to be a big old klutz. So I've been watching a bit of what's going on in England, and it's just heartbreaking. But there's other serious. Anyway, this video I think is going on for much longer than it should. I'm talking nonsense now. So I hope you all have a great week. I'm off this week. Hallelujah. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that you will give me a like or subscribe or leave me a comment, because I'd really like to know what you people, all of you, well, if anyone's watching, I'd really like to know what you think, you know, about diamond painting, about mounting diamond paintings, about the square drills having this black square drills being all messed up, because it can't just be me. I mean, I know I'm a klutz, but it can't just be me. I'm sure that has to be an issue. Woohoo, got two at the same time. No, I don't want to do that again. No. Yeah, so anyway, guess I'll be signing off now. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my camera and it looks really weird. Anyway,